countries with islands closer to another country than their own. First of all, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, he's gonna talk about the European overseas territories. Nah, that's too obvious and easy. Let's get a little bit more technical. So let's start off with this little guy right here in the Gulf of Guinea in the west coast of Africa, Bioko Island, which belongs to Equatorial Guinea. This island is only about 33 kilometers away from the coast of Cameroon, and it actually has the current capital of the country, Malabo, right here on Bioko Island. However, the crazy thing is the main chunk of the country is actually on continental Africa, about 167 kilometers away, in this region what they call Rio Muni. And it's even further from the other part of Equatorial Guinea, Annobon Island, about 600 kilometers away. Next up, let's zoom in on this little guy right here. Okay, see this little island right here in the Persian Gulf? Okay, this is the country of Bahrain. But if you look down here, these are the Hawar Islands. These are basically just a bunch of uninhabited sandy islands, but at the narrowest point, they're only about 1 kilometer away from the country of Qatar, or Qatar as they pronounce it in the West. Next up, a lot of my subscribers probably already know about this one, but if you didn't, these are the Diomede Islands. There's Little Diomede and there's Big Diomede Island right here. This one is Russia's and this one is the USA's. Distance-wise, they're only about 4 kilometers away from each other, and in the wintertime, a huge ice sheet actually connects them. But the crazy thing is, they lie on the international dateline. So Big Diomede Island is always 20 hours ahead of Little Diomede Island, despite the fact that they can see each other. So over here, it's always tomorrow. Over here, it's always yesterday. Next up, we go to the Aegean Sea, part of the Mediterranean, and zoom in on this little island right here. This is the island of Samos, and at its narrowest point, it's only like 1.7 kilometers away from Turkey. The Treaty of Paris after World War II pretty much designated all of the Aegean Islands, except for like 2 of them, to Greece. And sometimes the islands get really close to the western coast of Turkey, and this is the closest one. And finally, we zoom in on Japandemonium, because if you zoom in, you see the Kuril Islands, which are just off the coast of North Hokkaido. Yep, this is another Russia thing. So a lot of people will mention Kunashir Island, which is the largest inhabited island to Japan. It's about 15.5 kilometers away. On a clear day, you can see it. But the actual geographic closest things under Russian sovereignty are these little rock islets called Rifovy, about 4.5 kilometers away from Hokkaido. Crazy, right? Like just a few small rocks, and it makes a huge difference. And there's a lot of places across the world that follow this type of geopolitical human geography format. What are some that you know of? Write them in the comments.